Hello, so for now we will be um, creating this second program. So we need to create a program to enter a score via form and display the appropriate remark, which is the score, which is greater than 101 or 100. So the output should be invalid score. Score is equal to 80 to 100 is good. Score equal to 50 to 79 is poor. Others equals to fail. So we will do this by using PHP. So what are the requirements? So we need to have the sum for our PHP to work. So first we need to um, start this Apache in our control panel in SAMP. Then we open our file from the htdocs to this to our code editor, which is the Sublime. So we start with the index dot index control s index.php. So we call this as index.php. So basically once we go to our directory, we don't need already to put the index.php. Instead, we just need to put the folder or the file directory. So we start with the HTML code, HTML, then score, okay, display score. We will try to display score. So we just need to put the display score, then we try to run it. Okay, so we now have the index.php working in PHP. Then next is we will create the form. So how do we create the form? So we put in our body. First we have to have the form, then form method is equal to post. Then we don't have the action, or we just need to put the action, but we don't need to put the PHP file since we will be using it inline. So meaning it is a first or one page code. Then after we have the form, we need to have the label, which is the label for score. Oops. Label for score. Then enter your score. So we will ask the user to enter their score to check the um, if they are good, fail, or they have entered the invalid score. Okay. Um, we need to input the input type, text, name equals to score, id is equals to score. Then we need to have the button type equals submit, then submit. So once we try to run this whole form in our web browser, so we can now have the interior score. So as you can see, we now have the form, which is where in this area we will have to input our score, and for us to check if it is invalid, good, poor, or fail. So we have the form already. So next we will have the PHP file. So we will just put the PHP file here in above, maybe in this. Okay, we can just put here. So we'll try to run the PHP here. So we call PHP by using these tags. So after we are done with our PHP tags, we should now get the, or we should now declare the score variable equals int val or integer on is post score to get the score, right? Okay, so we need to try to echo the score if it is displaying the correct input. Okay, undefined index, so we'll try to 0 100, try to 100. So it displays what we entered, and it is 100. So we'll continue with the code. The next is we need to have the FL. So there are many things that we can do with displaying the score, the status of the score, but for now we will just use the if and if else. So to check the value of the dollar score or our variable score and display the appropriate message. Note that we need to use double quotes to interpolate the value of score into the output message. So first we need to try to put F. So if score is less than 0, or is score is greater than 100, so it should display as invalid. So echo score equals is score invalid score. So we'll try to run this one. So we tried first to put the 101. So once we cancel. Okay, so once we put 101, it should display the invalid score. So the score equals to 101, and it is an invalid score. So we'll try to put the BR here to break the code. Run. Okay. Okay. So we are now done with the invalid score, which is score less than 0 and score is greater than 100. Next is we need to put the else if. Okay, else if score is greater than or equal to 80 and is score is less than or equal to 100, meaning we need to echo the appropriate message, which is score equals score. Then it is the appropriate message for it is good. Then we try to save this program and check. For example, we have to put 81, so it should display as good. So it displays good, so our program is correct. Now we proceed to next else if, which is the score is greater than let me check again so score is greater than or equal to 50 and score is less than or equal to 79. So greater than is equal to 50. I think we need to have the and. We need to have the and here. And so we need to have the and to for us to have the condition into true. So both true when using and. So we try to check that the score is greater than 80 and the score is less than or equal to 100, so it should display the good. Then next is greater than or equal to 50 and is score is less than or equal to 79. So what should it so it should display echo is score equals score variable and the appropriate message which is poor. Okay. So we'll try to run and put some testing to it. So we try to put 51. So when we run 51, it should display that the score is, the appropriate message is poor. So the display message is poor. So we are doing our program correctly. Next is the last um, the last we should just say else, or wait, no, 50. So others, if it is greater than, okay, else we just need to echo, fail. Fail. Oops. So once we try to run below 50 or 49, so it should display as fail. 49, so it should display as fail, as what you can see in our browser. So this is the complete code for getting the scores through a form. This is the form. This is our form, and once we are done with creating our form, we pass it to our PHP to display if the score is less than 0 or the score is greater than 100. So the score is an invalid score. Else if the score is greater than or equal to 50 and the score is less than or equal to 100, so it should display as the score is good. Else if the score is greater than or equal to 50 and the score is less than or equal to 79, so it should display as poor. And else if it is less than 50, meaning if you have 49 or 43, it should echo as fail. So we use echo to print the statements. So maybe that's all that we need to have. So you already test the program, so it should work on your end.